Here are 3 ways to teach yourself mindfulness so you could be more present in bed with your partner. Hey guys, I'm Stephanie Ganowski, sexologist and sex coach for men. I've been working with men specifically for 6+ years now, helping them with their dick-related issues like erectile dysfunction, premature ejaculation, delayed ejaculation, and also their sex communication issues with their female partner. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about mindfulness. Mindfulness allows you to be more present. So if you're trying to be more present in bed, as I know many of you guys are, it's a very common goal among men, is to get out of their head and be in the present moment, then it takes some practicing. And this is something we don't really think about. We just expect to be present people without training that muscle when it needs to be trained. You need to work on mindfulness to be able to snap into a present moment very easily, right? Otherwise, it could be very, very difficult. And sometimes you're so used to and you allow yourself to be caught in your thoughts that you dwell on, and you don't get yourself out of those thoughts and you don't train yourself to get out. So of course you're just building the muscle of being an overthinker. So how do you build the muscle of being more mindful? There are 3 ways that I'm going to share with you right now. The first one is breathing. And this is something you can do right before bed. It will actually probably help you fall asleep. So what this looks like is it's simply, let's say you're just falling asleep and you're thinking of breathing in as you breathe in. And then you're thinking of the air coming out as you're breathing out. That's it. Nothing fancy. That's it. And that's the thing with mindfulness. It's often very simple. And we turn away from simplicity because we're so overwhelmed with things around us. Our attention spans are not that great these days. So anything that's extremely simple, we have a hard time focusing. And this is why it's good, especially at night when you're really relaxed or you're trying to relax, is to use a mindful exercise like breathing and being aware and mindful of your breath to help you train that mindfulness muscle. Another way to train your mindfulness muscle would be to bring yourself back to the thing you want to be thinking about. So for instance, sometimes I will do a visualization exercise about how I want my future to look. Or if I have a goal of mine, I take some time out of my day. I might be swimming in the pool, I might be at the gym, and I think about this thing that I want. And then I see a bird and I get distracted, and then I start swimming, and then I get distracted, right? And then I'm like, okay, wait, I just fell out of the moment. Let me go back to that vision. And then I go back to the vision, and then I get distracted again, right? See something else, get distracted. And then I have to tell myself, okay, go back to the vision, get back to the vision. And sometimes I'll play a game, like do a little game with it. And I'll be like, all right, I'm not allowed to leave the pool until I've thought about this. Until I brought myself back to this vision like 5 times or something like that. You know, like I'll just come up with some creative way to get myself to focus and be mindful about what I'm trying to be mindful about. Whether you want to use a visual of, let's say, your ideal relationship with your partner or your girlfriend, your wife, get something you want to happen for yourself that you're going to think about. And keep pulling yourself back to that thought until you're ready to move on with your day. It's something that's good for you because it's keeping what you want in the front of your mind. And it's also training that mindfulness muscle so you can be more present with people when you want to be. And a third way to practice mindfulness is when you're feeling any type of strong emotion, sit with it for a second. Don't shut it out. Be there with it, acknowledge it. You know, I'm feeling really rejected right now. I'm feeling really upset right now. I'm feeling really frustrated about this thing right now. And if you can journal about it in that moment, even better, because that allows you to be mindful of what's happening in your body, what's happening in your mind, and how directly are you connecting with that, with what you're feeling and with what you're thinking, and giving it time and attention in that moment so that you can understand it. And you could even let it go a little faster once you do kind of sit with it a bit and accept that it's there. When you push something away that you don't want to feel, it ends up coming back again and again. And then you're like fighting with this feeling instead of just moving on with your life. So try to acknowledge it. And a bonus way to be mindful is to pay attention to how you connect with your partner on a day-to-day. A lot of people feel like, oh, well, I spent time with my partner yesterday. We watched a movie together. When really you were sitting on opposite sides of the couch on your phones watching the same movie, but hardly said anything to each other, didn't look at each other. There was hardly any acknowledging of each other. See, like that's not really being mindful of how you're connecting. And even if your partner asks you something, are you doing something else, or do you seem distracted while you're talking, or are you pausing, looking at her, and speaking to her directly? The more you practice this on a day-to-day basis, the more easier it will be to be present with her during sex. Think about it. Sex is such a vulnerable moment between the two of you. If you can't connect and be present in a day-to-day atmosphere, like in the kitchen, what makes you think you're going to be truly present during sex? Probably not. Hope these things helped you learn mindfulness so you can be more present in the bedroom. And if you're wanting more help in your sex life, you can always reach out to me, see if we're a good fit to work together. The application for one-on-one coaching with me is in the description of this video. See you in the next one.